I'm thinking about you all day, just waiting for your call. Don't even really know what to say. Why I have to fall so hard, it's like I scrape my face right across the ground. So happy to be feeling this way. Guess you really turned me out, it's true. So into you, and nothing for you I wouldn't do. Promise always tender loving is yours. I'll always hold you down. You're my everything, I swear I'm all yours. I'll always hold you down. Never let another take your place. I wish you can be sure that these women try it all day. I feel so secure, so doesn't matter what they say. I stand by your side, talking to my dying day. Just a few lifetimes with you. Wanna do, I wanna make you feel the same way I do. Promise always give the loving is yours. I'll always hold you down. You're my everything, I swear I'm all yours. I'll always hold you down. We got such a magical thing. Sometimes I pinch myself, feels like a dream. It's when I thought true love would never find me. You showed up and set my heart free. That's why promise always give the loving is yours. I'll always hold you down. You're my everything, I swear I'm all yours. I'll always hold you down. Promise always give the loving is yours. I'll always hold you down. You're my everything, I swear I'm all yours. I'll always hold you down.
Hey, y'all. And I was telling her.
How dare you?
Hello.
Hey,
How's everybody doing tonight, including you, my lovely wife? How you doing?
I am doing all right, doing all right.
I'm not sure if I'm okay, but we're gonna work through it.
We
Uh,
always do.
yeah. Good evening, everybody. Um, Thank y'all for joining us. You know what? We got a good show tonight. I could have been doing a lot of things, but you know what? Y'all have decided to join us, so we really, really appreciate it. Um, Before we get started, why don't y'all go ahead and tap that like button on your way in just to say hello and a thank you for what we're doing for y'all. We'd appreciate that. That'd mean a lot. Um, Before we get into the topic, why don't you go ahead and tell them what the topic is before I go get into our core principles? Since you haven't talked to me in a while, I need a little practice in talking to you.
So tonight's topic is boys and kitchen sets. Um, it's been trending, y'all. It's been a hot topic. So that is what tonight's subject is about.
Yeah, boys playing with doll sets and also kitchen sets. It's been all the big rage. But before we get into it, so let's go ahead and get started. I mentioned our three core principles. Core principle number one: um, we believe in making sure that we continue to date. We've been doing this, how many years we've been doing this dating every week thing?
It's been about at least 8 years now.
Yeah, so every week we make sure we try to date at least once a week. Even if it doesn't have to be outside the home, it could be in the home, but we make sure we make that time for each other.
I don't think we did it this week, but we'll talk about that.
Right. Anyway. So before I was interrupted there, core principle number 2 is we believe in 80-20. And we believe in 80-20, not only in our marriage, but in life in general. We believe if you get 80% of the things that you strive for or shoot for or want out of life, you're doing fantastic. The other 20%, you just got to charge it to the game.
Charge it to the game.
Just charge it to the game. And lastly, why don't you tell them what the last one is?
Traditional marriage.
Yes, we believe in a traditional marriage. We don't knock anybody that doesn't, but we just believe kind of in the traditional marriage. That's how that's what we saw growing up, especially my wife more so. And it's worked well for us. But like I said, for those who see it differently, we do not knock it. It's just what we prefer.
Yes.
Why don't you go ahead and get tonight's show started, young lady?
All right. So the TikTok video we want y'all to look at, we posted it on the podcast, but it's real brief. So just take a look at this and start gathering your thoughts on the subject.
All right, let me go ahead and pull this thing up.
Man, what is you doing, man? You don't play with that, man. That's for girls, man. This ain't, you can't play on no kitchen set, man. That's for girls, man. You ain't no girl. You can't play on that set.
What you over here telling my son?
He ain't supposed to be playing on no kitchen set and stuff like that, bro.
Why? He loves SpaghettiOs. He want to be Chef Boyardee for Halloween. That's a chef. He loves Hell's Kitchen. That's Chef Ramsay. Them two dudes. Just because he play the kitchen set don't mean he gonna be gay. You used to play Monopoly. You don't own no property. So if you.
Damn. So he just went ahead and blasted
him on out.
You know, it reminds me, that particular topic reminds me of do you remember Farmville?
Yeah. I used to play it.
Yeah, you should play. When Facebook games was kind of popular, just because you're good or you play a lot of Farmville. I mean, you're gonna be out there.
You're gonna be a farmer. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what tonight's topic is. But go ahead.
For some reason, I think a guy posted a picture on Twitter, and that picture went bananas on Twitter. Not sure why that night, what was going on, but when I tell you that picture went crazy. So that's where that the topic came from. So it's trending, so we just decided it would be something to talk about.
Yeah, and there's been some heated discussions, especially on Facebook, about this particular topic. And it brings to mind that the kids are the innocent ones in all this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it brings to mind that how I talk to a lot of principals by nature of my work, and they say, you know what? The kids are coachable. They're this. They may be bad, but they're coachable. We can talk to them. We get through them. We can correct behaviors. But the parents, it's another situation. So even though this may be
ruined.
Yes, it may be a sensitive topic. It's a touchy topic. It's more the parents having the issue than the kids. But there is some science and stuff behind it. So why don't you go ahead and go to the next subject there and welcome everybody in.
Welcome everybody who is on live. I cannot see it. Hey Shay, hey Lola. Thanks for joining. As always, we appreciate you.
So he perping. I know he baked cakes with the little sister's easy bake oven when he was little.
Yeah, let me tell you, My brother used to be on my easy bake oven. We used to bake stuff all the time. So I don't understand what the issue is on the video. Like we easy baking it all the time. Everybody in the neighborhood wants the easy bake oven.
Well, anyway, I did have an older sister, and she did have a easy bake oven. But see, we got to realize too. Now, this now I'm just a little bit older than you, so I grew up as a young kid in the late '70s and the early '80s, and things like easy bake ovens and all the things, the domestic things, were geared towards girls. They were always in pink and yellow and pastel colors.
Right,
Okay,
right.
so it depends on which era of kids we're talking about, because someone my age, they really remember easy bake oven and stuff like that was not marketed towards boys. It was always marketed towards girls. So yeah, I ate some of that cake out of easy bake oven, but my sister made it. Almost burnt her hand by that light bulb, and I never forget the smell
Oh
of
yeah,
that.
the light bulb used to be hot.
Yeah, that light bulb kind of melting that. I know some houses burned up. I know they had to be sued on that, but yeah, I never forget that kind of smell. But that cake wasn't the best. But you know what? It was real good because I was young and probably ain't know no better. But I'm gonna bring up a. So there's two sides. Why don't you before I get into what I want to show the folks as far as what one of the doctors says about um, boys playing with dolls and also kitchen sets. Why don't you tell them why don't you just go ahead and explain how you feel about personally how you feel about little boys playing with doll sets or kitchen sets?
Well, I am definitely not anti boys playing with kitchen sets. I think it's a good thing. I think there's a lot of benefits in boys playing with kitchen sets. I mean, if you don't want your little boy playing with a pink kitchen set, I can understand that. But now they come in so many like stainless steel colors, boy colors, blues and blacks. But I think that it encourages them to learn teamwork, organization skills, a lot of things. So I'm definitely pro kitchen set for boys. I mean, he may get a wife one day and don't know how to cook. So you want him to be well balanced. I mean, you don't want him to be dependent upon um his wife to know how to cook. I mean, I know you say, boys, should know how to work tools. No, I think they need to be well balanced. So I definitely now let me say this. Personally, I never did buy my son any
I know
dolls.
you didn't. So we're gonna bring
Yeah,
that.
but as I've gotten older, I think that it would be okay now for a little boy to have a boy doll, because it teaches them to be nurtured, how to nurture and to care for somebody. So I definitely think that it just teaches them, to be a little bit more well-rounded. So I'm not anti-doll for boys.
Gotcha.
Like
Gotcha.
I said, I never did buy one for Jaden, but you know, I
Yeah, I
don't knock
know.
anybody to do.
Well, I would the first after the first night I would have hit that thing so quick. Well,
I
okay,
see.
so no, but all right. So in my opinion, looking back, or like I said, around the time my daughter, she's 27 now, and Jaden, our son, he's 19. So back then, the only really thing that they had for boys was like I think like the Teddy Ruxpin, little bear.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. So if I had a child that grew up in the era I did, I would not have, because, like I mentioned at the start of this broadcast, those toys were geared and promoted more towards girls by their color schemes and also the marketing. But I do feel a little bit differently today, just because of the way now things are, how they're made. They're not necessarily, they're actually more modern style and colors that you really see in home, grays and silvers and stuff like that. I'm gonna pull up something though here in the broadcast, and it's just a few that I was surprised to find on Amazon as far as dolls and boys. But before we get to that, I want to just go ahead and share this professional take on the actual matter of boys and dolls, and just let the people just hear this one. I'll kind of make this one quick, and then we'll get to some of our viewers' comments. All right, so what'd you say?
No,
Okay.
nothing. I'm listening.
All right, gotcha. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up. All right, so the actual particular article is from Intellectual Takeout. Now the headline is Doctor explains why parents shouldn't encourage boys to play with dolls. Now this is from a doctor, so I'll read this. A quick look at the headline gives one impression that boys and their ways are in bad shape. Headlines like these, mass shooters are all different except one thing: most are men, which is true. Why boys are more likely to be violent and what that can do to stop it. Men are responsible for mass shootings. So those are the headlines that we always typically see, right? So there's a little correlation according to this particular doctor in reference to it. Headlines like these are alarming to parents of boys. After all, no one wants to raise a son who will go out there and be a mass shooter. In order to avoid such a horrific fate, it is easy to reverse course and teach little boys to avoid violence and embrace the more genteel aspects of life, aspects which are generally embraced by girls like dolls. Um, Encouraging boys to embrace girl toys and behaviors is growing in popularity, particularly with rising interest in gender neutral child rearing, which we talked about in some past broadcasts. But it is the best move for boys. Medical doctor, psychologist, and author Leonard Sachs believe the answer is no. And the answer is no is to the question: should you encourage boys to play with dolls? So, in a recent article for the Institute for Family Studies, Dr. Sachs explains that parents who try to replace the traditional boy toys and go games for their sons with the softer, more girly ones send a harmful message of rejection. When I started reading this, I'm like, how so? So, as a family doctor with more than 25 years of experience, I see the potential for significant harm. A parent should communicate the love for a child, not love for some idolized child, but love for the actual son or daughter which you have in your home, meaning that, okay, you should actually love the child for who they are, not impose to say, hey, I would love you if you were this particular way. So a boy I know wanted to play with lightsabers, from Star Wars with his mom. She refused. She told him later, hey, I don't want to condone violence. She told her son to put away the lightsaber. It was a gift from the uncle. Instead, she offered him a doll and said she would show him how to play with it. She told me that her 5-year-old son burst into tears, ran upstairs to his bedroom and slammed the door shut. But in some of these, man, my mama, if I would have slammed the door in my mama's house. Anyway, that's a whole nother subject. Dr. Sachs goes on to explain that such rejection, even while unintentional, can lead to the reclusive, violent behavior customary of school shooters. Can you believe that? I'm going to read that one more time. Dr. Sachs goes on to explain that such rejection, even while unintentional, can lead to reclusive, violent behavior customary of school shooters. And he's talking about the profile of a school shooter. There's been, now that this has happened a lot, they do have profiles and studies to see what kind of life what these men or young kids went through as boys.
I definitely find that very interesting for sure.
Yeah, I found it very interesting as well.
Eye-opening.
Very, very eye-opening. When I came across this, I was like, man, this is serious. So if you say to your son, I love you, but I don't want you to play with your lightsaber. I would prefer you to play with this doll. What your son hears is, I may say that I love you, but in reality, what I love is not you, but some idolized boy who would be happily play with dolls rather than lightsabers. In other words, a boy completely unlike you. And the resulting boy may grow up to be a teenager whose favorite activity is in the bedroom, indulging testosterone-fueled fantasies of mass murder in video games such as Fortnite and Call of Duty. I read this and said, wow. I'm gonna put a link to this particular article up at the end of the actual show for you to take a look at it. A lot of our viewers do not have small children, but some of us may have,
Nieces,
grandkids coming up
nephews,
with,
grandkids.
nephews, nieces, that type of thing. So I think it's important, and I found it very interesting to read that particular article. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, like I said, I definitely find that it's very interesting, but it makes sense though. I mean, like I said, that goes back to just saying that, that you want your kids to be well rounded. You want your boy to be well rounded, to have that softer side. So, I mean, I'm not definitely like not 100% surprised, but man, that's definitely eye opening for sure.
Yeah, and man, this is the most you done talked to me in the last 24 hours, and I
Well,
I
yeah,
appreciate it. Get a little,
you see,
little.
I'm talking to you from a different room, but
Hey,
we still
it's
gotta do a show.
it's a start. It's hot up here. It's dark, but I'm surviving. You know what I'm saying?
It's light up there.
Okay. Obviously, you ain't been up here. You don't even come up here, so you don't even know. But anyway, we ain't gonna go down that path. While we do this, while we get ready, before we offer people to come in and give their thoughts on the actual topic, remember you can come in and join either just audio only and answer some questions in live in real time, or you can come in on video. We'll go ahead.
Did you hear me say that I am not live? I cannot see anything. Just so you know.
Oh, okay. What does that mean?
I can't see the show at all. All I see is you.
Oh, okay. You
So
did see it on your computer.
yeah, I couldn't see it.
Okay. All right.
But that's neither nor there. So you'll be
Yeah.
kind of manning
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
That's what
All right.
happens when you in the doghouse and you got me all messed up down here.
Anyway, so let me go ahead and clear these out so we can pull up some of these comments. While I'm doing this, Sarah, what you do, just go log into your Facebook account on the computer and pull up the actual live feed. All right. So I'll go ahead and read some of these particular comments. All right. So let's see here. Miss Lola Jones says, I agree with Sarah back when you were making your particular statement. Facebook user, I don't know who this is. Let me see if I can pull up and see who that particular person is. Let me wave at everybody that's up in this piece. Sorry about that. I didn't get to wave at y'all.
Yeah, that's it. Action figures. Action. I think that's supposed to be action figures, or is a boy doll. Yeah, that's considered a boy doll. So yeah,
That's true. Once you think about it, it's not. When we think about that, is very true. I didn't think about it that way.
I mean,
When you
either.
have
Yeah.
action figures, like when I was growing up, you had the $6 million man, and the cool thing about the $6 million man, he was a doll, but he had a hole in the back of his head. He had that kind of eagle vision. You put the doll up to your eye and look through it, and it was a magnifier. It's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Man, the $6 million man. But yeah, action figures are dolls.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, my link that says watch video live is deleted
Okay.
out. Just so.
All right.
Okay.
Miss Lola says, I wouldn't buy a boy girl doll, but a Ken doll or a Chucky doll. All right. And then somebody said, yeah, action figures. He says, too funny. The doghouse ain't no joke, is it? No, it ain't. But I'm working my way back downstairs, and hopefully with your help and y'all's help, I get out the damn doghouse. I mean, they're going in on me. But anyway, so at this particular time, what we'll do, I'm going to go ahead and pin in this particular chat the link for you to join in. And if you'd like to join in with us tonight on topic, so what we'll do, we're going to have a short little intermission here. Once y'all check this out, this is kind of still our rough draft of our particular video. And while we're looking at that, I'm going to be putting up the actual chat link so you can join in with us. Hey, y'all. And I was killing them.
Help me.
Hope y'all like that. I like that. I kind of like that.
I actually like that. You get some points for that. I think it's real nice. You did a good job on it.
You say points?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hold on. All right. So, all right. Let me go ahead and pull it up. So, if you want to join, the link to the chat is in the link to join is in the chat. Go ahead and click that. It looks just like this. What you see on your screen right there. You can click that. You can join in audio wise, or you can join in video wise. And while we're waiting for people to go ahead and do that, Sarah's going to ask some questions. If you don't want to join in live, you can just simply type your answers and I'll pull them up on screen. So, Sarah, why don't you go ahead and ask the first question?
My first question is, do you believe in gender specific toys? So drop a comment and let it.
Oh, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Gender specific toys.
And we say gender specific toys like
if, as we said, dolls are for girls, or or two sets are for boys, or workbenches for boys, or like specific things. That's kind of what are some things I'm trying to think of? Like we say, easy bake oven. Do you think boys should have easy bake ovens? So
yes.
Somebody said yes. Type who? I hate that I can't see. So
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll tell you the name on this person. Someone said yes, but it's a little bit delayed. I'm not sure who it was, but somebody said yes. I just kind of give Sarah just dropped out. She'll be back in. But I had as a kid, I had this like a remote control tank that it was kind of state of the art at the time. On the top of it, it was battery operated. It took them big D batteries. I don't even know if they make D batteries anymore. And you kind of programmed in where you want to go, and you hit start, and it'll go into the predetermined path and come back. You play with about 10 minutes, and the batteries died. But my sister, who was 5 years older than me, used to love that particular toy. And I used to go in there and mess with her with her dolls and throw them up against the wall and stuff like that. Because I was the annoying little younger brother. But what do y'all think about gender specific toys? So somebody says, let's see, somebody said yes. And then Miss Lola says yes as well. There we go. Sorry, I don't know what's up with Miss Sarah. She's got the actual question. She's having some little technical difficulties down there. But while we wait, here we go. Man, what you doing down there?
I'm having all. See, that's why, as you always say, hashtag we better together. That's what happened. Because I'm all down here effed up because you ain't down here.
Stop messing with stuff. Just leave. You know what I'm saying? Just leave it alone. Just roll with
I'm
the
actually not. I'm not messing with anything. I promise. I got my phone sitting here on this stand. So, anywho, all right. So I missed all the good conversation, but I see y'all obviously have some good things going. But I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next question.
Mm-hmm.
Would you buy your son a kitchen set? The on topic. So, would you buy your son a kitchen set?
I would. You get the phone steady. I would. One of the newer ones that I've seen. I would. If I had a young son, I would buy him. I would let him have a kitchen set.
I've seen a kitchen set that they have now. It has like the blender. You can actually put the little stove that lights up. I mean, it's really like they have some nice kitchen sets now. And I think a lot of little boys want to be chefs. As we've seen, a lot of little kids are cooking. So I think having a nice kitchen set for them is a good place for them to start.
Yeah, and I will say this as well. When it comes to toys, I'm not sure the correlation between what the toy is goes past anything that will translate into life. Maybe that gives them an idea or something like that. But when you think about it, how many toys does a kid have? Hundreds, maybe through their lifetime, and you play with a lot of different things. So I don't. That's why now, as I've gotten older, I don't think that, at least from the kitchen side of it, that we have that it's a problem.
To me, it's just like saying you wouldn't teach your son how to clean a bathroom. You know what I mean? Like I think it's
Yeah,
just a basic life skill. I mean, you need to know how to cook. You need to learn certain things that come along with being in the kitchen.
yeah, and I think that's one of the things too that we kind of I don't know if it's necessarily fair, and I'm not sure if I'm saying it the right way, to correlate the two life skills versus what they play with. You're going to teach a kid. You should always teach your kids life skills: how to cook, how to clean, how to
Right.
speak properly to adults, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if those things kind of go together with what we're saying. I know as parents we like to put them together, but we have a guest getting ready to come in. I'm gonna put our guest in for us to speak this evening. You can go ahead and ask those questions. Okay, go ahead and bring her in.
Hello.
Hey, how are ya?
Well, y'all just said what I was gonna say.
What was you gonna say? You can say it again.
It's me again. I'm just
Oh,
talking because I'm not doing nothing but washing dishes while I listen to the podcast.
well, I'm glad you joined in with us. So say what you were gonna say.
Well, I was just, well, I can just piggyback to, I think it's sometimes as adults, we put those pressures on the little kids. Um, I personally wouldn't buy my child my son, a doll, or I say doll, but, you know, or, or easy bake oven. But here we have great chefs that are men, and we applaud
Right,
the men that are, great dads, but they
right,
didn't learn that skill at 4 years old. Um,
right,
so it's kind of like, are we really putting too much pressure, like on that? Is it really that big of a deal at that age?
right,
So I don't know. I don't really know if I would say teaching them a life skill at 4 is that important, or is it that important if they play with it?
right,
I think it's us adults in a world now where we have to be so accepting of so many things that were so taboo as 80 babies, that weren't, of black and white marriages, of same sex, all these things that now as a world, if you speak out against it, and now we have to be so accepting if we believe it or not. We have to
yeah,
kind of be silent about it, or if you like it or not. So it's kind of like, I may personally have a conviction about it. Is it really important? If you believe it or not, it's kind of like, whatever.
yeah.
I mean,
And
it's go ahead.
no, and I think too, more so people say play like what a kitchen said. I think that people forget the small things that it also teaches, like communication, like teamwork, like
Hmm.
organization skills. So
Yeah,
like what I mean, those things everybody needs to know. So
right.
I
And
think it's
and
yeah,
and and that one thing. There's so many other things that they will encounter in life other than playing with a doll or an easy bake oven, that they will learn that skill. Going to school will teach them, teamwork skills.
yeah,
Taking a turn being the line leader will teach them teamwork skills. There are
right,
so many
right,
other skills in life,
right,
will teach them life skills than that one thing. But you're right, Lamar, you said something about the easy bake oven was pink, because in the 60s, who stayed home was women. You
Yep.
know,
right.
I've been home all week and I'm about to go crazy. I am not meant to be a stay-at-home mom. I am meant to be a career woman, getting out every day. And I'm about to go crazy being in this house all week. Um,
Hey, I'm about to go crazy being up in this doghouse. You see how dark and lonely and cold it looks? It's
Listen,
cold in
I
here
I
too.
am Team Sarah on this one, but that's another.
I'm preaching to the choir.
Yeah, that's the choir right here.
All right.
You know,
So yeah.
but so I'm kind of like I lost my thought. But yeah, so I think we kind of just put too much pressure on pink and blue and dolls and all those things. I mean, if like Zach will not carry my purse as if that's gonna make him gay.
Girl,
And
Lamar all day
He
long.
don't carry purses. No.
Lamar all day long. Girl, he be looking like he be like
yeah,
it's like a germ or something.
yeah,
Like
No. If I'm gonna carry it, I'm gonna hold it from the bottom. I'm
that's
gonna
it.
hold it by the strap, and I'm
That's
gonna
it.
get it to you expeditiously.
I
It's like
barely
a
can get you
football.
to do that though.
It's like a
Right, but
football pass, like
uh,
right
Yeah.
thunder, and and I'm like,
yeah.
really? Like
All I need
everybody
Yeah.
has
somebody.
no
Everybody got a
choice.
camera. All I need is somebody to
But
take a picture of me holding it.
a
Well,
briefcase is nothing but but a
guys
shoulder
got
bag.
briefcases and things now,
Yeah,
man bags, purses, or
exactly.
whatever they call them.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
So
Stay on.
I
Can
mean,
we
yeah.
stay on subject?
You said
Huh?
what?
Can we
Say
stay?
What?
what?
Can we stay on the subject?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. But okay, Chris. Well, we definitely appreciate you for stopping in and having some input on the topic for sure.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. So.
let me ask you a question, Miss Crystal. As far as what is your thoughts on before we let you go? What is your
Mhm.
thoughts on gender specific toys? Meaning, like if your daughter, you have a daughter and two sons.
Yes. Hmm.
Yes. Would you be okay with your daughter maybe playing with, say, she wanted a tool set and a tool belt,
Hmm.
or some stuff like that, or your boys? You know what I mean?
I think, this is my personal opinion. So no, I think it is our job as parents to, they're so young at that age. Just like if they're 10, saying, and I don't know how safe this is to say this on this platform.
Hey, whoa. If you don't want to say it, don't say it. You don't.
Oh no, I will. You can censor it later. If
It's live. It's out there.
okay,
Say
sorry.
it.
So if they're 10 and they say, they want a sex change, and I feel like they're too young to make that decision, and as parents, you should be like, well, wait a minute, as parents, when they're not mature enough, those chemical they're just not mature enough to make that decision. And I'm just using this straight as an example, okay? As
Mhm.
parents, we should still be steering them in a direction, okay? You can lead them to water, you can't make them drink, and is where I'm going with this, okay? So at that age, I mean, if my daughter wants to play with a two set, does that mean she's going to be butch and go be a plumber? She can grow up and be a CEO of a multi-million dollar plumbing company. She can be a general contractor. Right now, HGTV have some baddies out there that are general contractors. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So I
So
guess the answer would be yes.
yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean that she's going to be butch, but I mean, would I go out and buy? I mean, would I be the? It's up in the air.
Sure.
I
Well,
wouldn't.
let me
It
ask you
wouldn't
a
be the
question.
first toy, but kind of
Let me
like
ask you a question.
it wouldn't be the first
So,
toy, but I wouldn't say no off the gate.
got you. Now
Mhm.
you were very specific and had a hard line with your boys, but with your daughter,
Mhm.
it's kind of like, would you be as on the fence if your son wanted to get a say doll set, or would you be as
Yeah. Now with the boys, I have a very macho husband who will probably yeah, no. But nowadays boys are
Hey, look
wearing
at that
pink.
dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
they're
I
making it in black?
yeah, no. I don't think I would. I think with the boys it would be a little hard no for me. Yeah. I,
Gotcha.
I think but that's because I have a husband who was just like, they just have so many influences on the outside.
Damn this phone. Shit.
You know,
So sick
it's
of this
just it's
phone.
very hard. that on the inside they have to have a hard no for us, because on the outside it's just so many influences.
Got
So
you. Got you.
and you know their daddy.
I do.
He not playing that. So
He ain't playing that. He ain't
you
playing
know,
that.
so yeah, but anyway.
Yeah. So, but we appreciate you coming in, giving your input with us tonight, and because some of these topics we do understand can be a little sensitive in nature,
Yeah,
especially when you give your opinion to the public. But we
yeah,
appreciate you being. Go ahead and give us your honest opinion on what you think about it.
yeah. No problem. I'm gonna finish doing dishes and finish listening to the podcast. Y'all have a great
All
one.
right. Well, we thank you.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Talk to you
Thank you.
later.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Yeah. So this I don't know what happened on your end, but we seen you saying it's almost cussing and the phone go to the side. I don't know what happened on your end.
It just keep my end keeps just the mic keeps going out on me, unfortunately.
Oh,
So I
okay.
have to keep coming out and coming back in. But let's read
All
some of the
right.
comments because I saw some comments coming up.
Yeah.
So
All right. So let me bring in this comment here. Let's see. Can you read them or you want me to?
you have to read them. My eyes ain't
Okay.
that great.
All right. This one says, I would buy a little boy a kitchen set as long as it's a boy color, but I prefer a grill
A
type
grill.
setup.
Okay.
That's understandable. You know, I mean, you had the grills and all them place stuff. They had the fake steak and stuff like that.
Yeah, they do
That was
have those
lower.
now.
Yep. Whoever this Facebook user is, whoever I'm about to read, you didn't click the box on the way in. Just remember next time, so we'll know. So the people know who's saying it. Facebook user says, I think color would play a role with the different toys. I wouldn't buy my son a pink one, which kind of is understandable. Pastel colors are typically, reserved
Yeah, I think that's kind of
for
what
girls.
everybody's thing is, like, But then you have
Yeah,
those parents that like, but if my son want a pink toy, that's what I'm gonna give him. If my daughter want a blue toy, that's what I'm gonna give her. So you got those parents, and
yeah.
I
But
get it.
then you got your boy here though. Let's see. You got your boy, our generation, Tyler.
Tyler,
Yeah,
he got
Tyler. Look
his
at Tyler. He's
he got
stout,
his
ain't he?
horse back. Yeah, he
Oh
got his
yeah.
little curl.
You know
I
what?
like Tyler.
He got. Oh yeah, he got it. Oh yeah, he
He got
fly. He
his
got on the
boots
slim fit.
on.
But you know
Now, would
what?
you buy your son that toy?
I don't know. You know what? Maybe so. Maybe so. He's kind of neutral in the face, though. You see how they didn't really put features? It's
No
almost like,
features on it. If he took his hair off and gave him a wig, he could look like a little girl too.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of neutral. I think that's what
Mhm.
kind of the trend is these days with the kind of
Mhm.
the not general, but gender neutral movement, so on and so forth.
Mhm.
They
Mhm.
don't. It's getting to the point, and I don't want to make sound on the sandbox, but it's getting to the point where you have to be really, really careful about what you say when it comes to
Mm.
gender, sex, and all that kind of stuff. But anyway,
So, why do you think that this topic just went so crazy? Butch, I haven't heard that word in a long time. Girl, I know, right? I was thinking the same thing.
she
Like
old
Butch,
school. She
she's
may look
very old
25, but
school.
she ain't. She's from the old school.
She's from Charlotte, North Carolina. Them Southerners, honey. Butch, they
Yeah.
say stuff like Butch. That's funny.
She's really.
Um, so why do you think, or why do y'all think as well, that this topic just went crazy on Twitter? Like it was a picture of a little boy in the kitchen and playing it on the kitchen set. I still have not wrapped my head around why it went so crazy. Like it just, I mean, it's Twitter videos, it's YouTube videos. You can Google it, and it's just now, as you've seen the first video we showed on the show. I wonder why it's just such a hot topic. Like, what is making people go crazy about it?
Well, I'll tell you. Like I mentioned to you at the top of the show, I think it's more about the parents and our ideals about gender specifically, and not wanting to. Um, Let me just say this. So, as fathers, is always saying that we say to each other, we fathers keep your daughters off the stripper pole, and your sons out of jail. So you have these kind of this mindset of what should be, and you kind of try to keep your kids on that particular course. So that's what I think a lot of this comes from. Even though some of
Okay.
that, some idea that is changing with this gender neutral and stuff like that. For the most part, most people do feel that way. So again, restate that question. So if someone wants to answer, they can go ahead and type it. I'm sorry.
Oh, the specific question is why do you think this topic went crazy on Twitter?
All right, so let's go ahead and see this answer. Ms. Lola says because the internet puts 20 on 10 always.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean things. It doesn't take much for something to go viral, and it's the
Make
herd
something a big
mentality.
deal.
Yeah, it's the herd mentality. So something happens, somebody says something, and it just kind of steamroll. Before you know
I
it,
mean, it's
I
just been
mean,
going crazy. Like, I'm like, why is it even a topic? Like, why are people so messed up about a little boy being in the kitchen learning how to cook? I've seen stuff like, no, a man should know his way around the kitchen, not cook, basically, but he should know tools. Just very things like a lot of macho things. And I'm like, when did having a kitchen set make you girly?
well, let me tell you. See, now here's the thing. What I've noticed, and I'm not saying I necessarily agree or disagree, but that is one of the reasons why two-parent homes are good because you're going to get two different perspectives. Now, I've seen from researching this over the last week that on the majority of women don't have a problem with it and see it as I'll go ahead and let them. While a lot of the men, even though there was more men than I would say probably typically a few years ago, were like, no, he's not getting that. So at the different genders, and even though the genders look at it differently, I think that having those conversations in home or having that balance in home is good. Because at the end of the day, it may be an issue, a hot topic, but in the life
That's
of
just
that
like saying
child,
you wouldn't want to buy your daughter a lawnmower.
yeah, exactly. But this would be a blip in the child's life. It's not going to be that
Yeah,
big a deal
yeah,
once you really
yeah,
think about it. It's going to be a bigger deal to the parents who are arguing online, getting into it and cussing and showing their ass and that type of thing than it will be for the kids, in my
yeah.
opinion. All right, so man, this has been a very, very interesting topic. Just before we wrap it up tonight, if you do want to go ahead and put your 2 cents in, you're more than welcome to drop them in the comments or go ahead and hit the link that's pinned in the chat to join in with us.
Okay,
Okay.
I guess this is another big question too while we're doing that. One last question.
Mhm.
Would you be okay with your son having a girl doll? Would you be okay with your daughter having a boy doll? I had a Ken. So, do you see a issue with your son having a girl doll? The show I love to watch, Queen Sugar, Blue, his doll was a girl, a doll that he carried around everywhere he went, and it was a girl doll. So I'm just curious, how do you feel about it, Lamar? No
No,
girl doll,
no. Let me
no
do it
girl.
again. No girl dolls. If
But you would be okay with your daughter having a boy doll?
yep,
Okay.
I would because it's my personal belief. I think it's a little bit different when it comes to dolls. Period. You got Ken dolls, girl dolls, you got all kind of dolls that girls play with, but I wouldn't get him a Barbie doll, so to speak.
I got you.
Yep.
Any comments on
So
that?
someone said no to answer to your question. Said no. Not sure who the user is, but user said no, no, no.
I get it. I get it. I get it. Yeah, and you don't necessarily want your son walking around with a baby doll because people gonna be looking. People gonna be having a lot to say about that. I would definitely, I had all kind of boy dolls, of course, to go with my sets. Had boy Cabbage patches. I had it all. So, but
Yeah.
women, we are nurtured, so we're gonna boy doll and a girl doll. We want a set. So yeah,
Yes.
I get it. I get it. I
Cabbage
don't
Patch
knock
doll.
anybody who does. If your son play with a doll, that's fine. I
Yeah.
don't see anything. I don't think it will hormone on later on down the line or anything like that. So yeah.
You said Cabbage Patch dolls. That you going back? You showing your age with that one.
Honey, I
But
had
yeah,
so many Cabbage Patch dolls. I remember I had to throw them down a garbage disposal in the lower homes because my brother and cousin told me they was gonna catch fire, and I got so scared, and I threw them. You know the little garbage chute that you used to have in your apartment, like when you was growing up, them garbage chute, them metal garbage chute in your
oh,
apartment.
you talking about down in the hood?
Yes. And
Them,
they told me all
that
my
cold.
dogs was gonna catch on fire, and I threw every last dog, and they got a whooping. Oh, mama got them both so good. That
You
scared the
remember
shit out
that,
of me.
don't you?
Oh yeah, but
Let's
yeah,
see.
somebody said no girl dolls for boys.
Yeah, and somebody else says no. He will play those. He will no. He will play with those action figures.
Oh,
That's Renika.
Renika. Okay, that's
Yeah.
Nikki. Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
And yeah, my mom had GI Joes for my brother, wrestlers for my brother, those things. But I played those too. I mean, who else he gonna play with? I was his. We played Street Fighter together. I played all the boy stuff too. So, and I didn't come out as Chris say a butch, you know. I
You're
I
gonna get us
love
a strike
playing
on here,
fight, huh?
Butch. No, go
Butch
ahead.
ain't no bad word, is it?
Hey, you a
But
good.
yeah,
Hey, this move. I'm telling you, you just. But
I
anyway, go
got you
ahead.
so sensitive right now, so I get it. But
Mhm.
yeah, so yeah, I get it.
Well, all right. Well, you know what? This has been a very interesting show, and it's been
And we
good talking.
appreciate all the feedback as always, always.
Yeah, and been good to talk to you for a change, and since I ain't had much interaction with you.
Okay, this what we need in the comment section. Should he come out the doghouse tonight, y'all? Is he coming out the doghouse?
With all these team Sarahs I've been seeing, all right, y'all gonna show a brother some love. Y'all gonna show me some support. It's cold up here. It's dark. I got my video games, but man, I can only play so much, and I want to get back in my bed with my beautiful bride.
Oh
Somebody
wait,
said,
I ain't.
"What'd he do?" Let me see. No, don't matter what I do.
What?
Just let me get back in the room. She said, "Where I'm from, most parents will give that kid
Oh
anything." This is probably a little bit delayed, but
yeah,
where I'm from, most parents will give their kid anything they ask for. The only thing that stops them from getting the boy a kitchen set is they worried about what others will think.
yeah,
Yeah, so
that's true.
I can understand that. Well, like we were just talking about how you mentioned that if a little boy had a doll and was out in public. Nowadays, back in the day, really, 15 years ago when everybody didn't have a phone, probably wouldn't be that big of a deal. But now, everybody has a camera in
Right,
their pocket, and next thing you know, you could be trending topic on the internet.
that's
Uh,
true.
so which could be kind of bad. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Yes, let him back in the bedroom. Thank you. Appreciate it. God, I was starting to get worried there. Oh,
Somebody team Lamar.
she said facts. She's saying facts to let me back in the
Nah, she
bedroom.
said facts to what you said about
No,
reading the
no, no,
comments.
no, 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 no. She's saying facts. Let me back in the bedroom. If you've been up there for more than 3 days, let that brother out. Yeah, tell me about it.
It ain't been 3 days yet.
It ain't, but 3 people so far. That's enough. That's enough. I want to
All
get back
right,
into
all
it.
right. Okay. But you know what? The bed is kind of getting a little cold, so I guess.
Oh, it's hard out here. Oh, it's hard out here. Thank you.
Man,
Thank you.
next.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank y'all so much. Well, why don't we go ahead I got your good graces. Why don't we go ahead and wrap up the show? It's been a really, really good topic. All jokes aside, it's something that's been kind of trending. We really appreciate y'all giving y'all input and joining us tonight.
All right. Knock knock.
Hold on. Oh, my bad. Go ahead. Did you say knock knock?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Cash.
Cashew.
No, thank you. I wanted peanuts.
Hey, thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. We really, really appreciate y'all taking the time to spend with us on this particular topic. It's been real. We thank y'all. And on before you go out, it still will help the algorithm. If you'll go ahead and just smash the thumbs up or the like button for the video, that would mean a lot to us. And we will check y'all out next week. And for now, we are out.
Darren said let you back in. All right, Darren.
Hey, thank y'all. And we'll catch y'all next week.
Good night.
Hey, y'all. And I was telling her.